Welcome to Estella Says, the podcast that is sure to brighten your day. Hi everyone! Welcome to episode 4 of Estella Says. And my name is Estella. It's hard to be a kid sometimes. Grown-ups say like weirdest stuff that we don't even know, like break a leg. I don't want to break my leg. Or easy as pie. I can't eat a whole pie or bake a pie by myself. Yeah, they say some weird stuff. Yep. In this episode, the title is Grown-ups Say the Darndest Thing. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about silly things that grown-ups say. And you are going to be learning about them so that we can understand grown-ups better. My special guest is Mommy because she's a grown-up and hopefully she'll do a good job on telling me what those silly words mean.
Hi, Stella.
Hi!
Okay, so those silly words actually, or the sayings that grown-ups say sometimes, are called idioms.
Idioms.
Yeah, idioms.
What are idioms?
Okay, so idioms are things that grown-ups say that don't really make sense if you just listen to the words themselves. And it's just something that you learn as you're growing up because you hear it all the time and you figure it out because of the situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So we're going to learn a few of these idioms or these sayings that could help some kids understand grown-up talk better, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get right to it. Have you ever heard somebody say to you, sit tight?
You have to sit tight in a chair? What?
So what does that mean, you think, to sit tight?
I think it means you just have to sit and then you have to be very squished.
You squish yourself really tight?
Yeah.
When they tell you to sit tight, it just means that you sit and wait patiently. So if somebody goes, Mommy, I'm so hungry. And then your mommy is still making dinner or lunch. It's not ready yet. Your mommy might tell you, hey, just sit tight. It'll be ready soon. So you don't actually have to sit. You can just wait patiently. That's what that means.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait.
Yes.
Do you mean patient in a hospital?
Oh,
or do you mean patient like stay?
You have to just patient as in just stay there and you wait nicely. So the other one is something that is a piece of cake. It's like, oh, that's a piece of cake.
Wait. I think I kind of heard
Yeah.
about it. I can handle that.
Yeah, it's easy to manage.
It's easy.
Yeah, so when somebody goes, oh, that's all I have to do? That's a piece of cake.
Here, have a piece of cake.
That's different. When somebody offers you a piece of cake, that's different from something that's easy, okay? So when somebody goes, here, do you want a piece of cake? You don't actually say, oh, are you telling me something is easy? It just means, do you want some piece of cake? But if somebody goes, whoa, that was a piece of cake, I thought that was pretty easy. So when somebody says to you, every cloud has a silver lining, do you know what that is? Because if you haven't heard it before, you're probably going to hear it sometime in your life. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Does it mean that a cloud has silver lines? That's a tricky one. Clouds, like gray clouds, when it's rainy.
Okay, yeah, gray clouds.
Or when it's stormy.
Yeah, okay, so if it has a silver lining.
Maybe it means it has a line to go in there.
So every cloud has a silver lining means sometimes things that are not really what we planned for happen. So remember how last year we're really wanting to go back to the classroom and then the coronavirus kind of got bigger in numbers and then we decided to stay home and do homeschooling?
Yeah.
Okay, so at first we're like, oh, that was not a good situation.
Yeah.
Right? Because you miss your school and all that stuff. But the silver lining is all of the positive things that happened because of something that we thought was a bad thing.
We actually have a silver lining.
So what is
because we wanted because we wanted to go back to school. So then it was a hard thing, but then it turned out good.
It turned out good, right? Because you learned a lot during homeschooling. So here's a really good example. Remember on Saturday, you were really excited because the next day we were supposed to go and see the dam?
Yeah.
Yeah. And on Saturday night, you had a really hard time falling asleep because you were super duper excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really hard. Then on Sunday morning, we woke up a little bit later than we planned.
Sorry.
I know it was bad because we couldn't really go because it was already late in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And then we had other things we had to do. But then we found out that it's what?
Grandparents' Day.
Grandparents' Day. We ended up doing what?
We ended up going to my grandparents' house and actually it had a good time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the silver lining. The cloud would be not being able to go to the dam, but the silver lining is that it was Grandparents' Day and you got to hang out with Grandma and Grandpa.
And
Yeah.
also, at least it was sunny outside.
Yeah, we had a little picnic outside, right? Because it was so hot inside. So that's another, every cloud has a silver lining in that the cloud it was super hot inside the house, but we went outside and the silver lining is that we had fun hanging out outside.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Every cloud has a silver lining. Maybe two more. One that you might hear as you're growing up is don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Doesn't mean don't do something. Don't waste time.
Oh, okay. In a way, yes, that you don't waste time. Maybe don't waste time thinking about something. This is what
What does it mean?
an example would be. So let's say that you are doing a race tomorrow with somebody, like a running race. Okay? And you're already thinking, I'm going to win the race and I'm going to get the prize. And then with the prize, I'm going to buy a car. And then I'm going to buy lots of jewelry. And I'm going to eat lots of food with my money. And then I'm going to give some to charity. And 2 years later, I'm going to buy my own house because I won the race. Okay? And then the next morning, you wake up and you're sick. Your tummy hurts. And you could not even go to the race because you were sick. So you were counting your chickens. That means you were already thinking so far ahead of what's going to happen when you win this and all the things you're going to do after you win this. But you haven't even done the race.
Like me in the dam. I was so excited to get packed and do stuff. And then suddenly I can't go.
Yes, you planned it all out in your head. And we didn't even end up going. So sometimes it's okay to plan things. But then don't plan too much because what you're planning hasn't actually happened. It may not happen.
Oh.
Yeah. It's still good to really focus and plan to do something and do something. But sometimes life happens. Okay, last one.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Wait, I can't. Okay, I'm ready.
What if somebody tells you, Estella, it's time to face the music?
Does that mean it's time to, for example, it's time to do something?
Like what?
Dance or do music?
Actually, it has nothing to do with music. Face the music means did something that you shouldn't have done.
By accident?
It could be by accident or on purpose. You're playing, let's say, with a ball in the house. And then you break a glass or something in the house. Are you supposed to play with a ball in the house? No, right?
Really.
So it's something that you did that you shouldn't have done. And you have a choice to not tell anybody or say sorry or just hide what you did. Not really say, oh, you know what, I did that and I'm sorry. To face the music means to actually go and say, I did it. I broke the glass because I played with a ball in the house and I shouldn't have.
I actually one time did it and then I said sorry.
Okay, so you face the music, meaning you're going to be responsible about what you've done, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mommy, for being my guest.
You're welcome, Stelly.
My conclusion is that sometimes grown-ups say funny words, but actually they mean something. Thank you for listening to episode 4 of Estella Says. Tune in next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Estella Says. I hope I brighten your day. Don't forget to subscribe. Till next time.